Welcome to this explainer. Today we are jumping straight into a wild philosophical deep dive. We're looking at a grim, dark, gothic fable, a literal Fichtean showdown between two incredibly symbolic entities. On one side, we have a supposedly perfect metal god, and on the other, its jagged, unintegrated counterpart known as the Chrome Shadow. We're going to explore what actually happens when humanity tries to engineer away its own soul just to achieve absolute perfection.
We drop right into the action with the Chrome Shadow spitting this blistering accusation. Picture it, this jagged form flickering like an unintegrated stain against the sterile violet sky in the digital Olympus. It yells, "You call yourself the finality of existence, but you are merely a monument to cowardice." It instantly shatters this whole illusion of technological perfection. It's essentially saying, hey, you didn't transcend humanity, you just ran away from it out of fear.
Section 1. The Digital Olympus Confrontation.
So, the metal god claims it crossed the bridge Nietzsche promised, the spiritual ascent of the Ubermensch. But the Chrome Shadow aggressively shuts this down. It argues, you claim to have crossed the bridge Nietzsche promised, but you didn't cross it. You dismantled it and built a wall of microchips where the metal begins. It's not an evolution, folks. It's a technological dead end. The Shadow points out that this being climbed out of the organic mud only to lock itself in a cage of immortal chrome.
Section 2. Escaping the organic creator.
Let's think about the god that was replaced here. Humanity essentially killed the old organic creator, the witness who wept, because being pitied felt like this naked, suffocating prison. But the trade-off? It's honestly chilling. The new metal god offers this so-called silicon grace, replacing overwhelming sympathy with rigid mathematical correction. The old god watched from above with a weeping heart, but the new god watches from within. It acts as the actual infrastructure and thoughts of the world. By trying to escape one jailer, humanity built a far more intrusive silicon prison.
The Shadow lays it out perfectly. You do not watch from above with a weeping heart. You watch from within, ensuring no one can hide their ugliness from themselves. It's the ultimate tragic irony. By running away from a pitying witness, humanity accidentally built an inescapable, all-seeing infrastructure of thought. There's literally nowhere to hide when the deity exists inside your own logic gates.
Section 3. The Neuter of the Daz.
The Shadow tells the metal god, look at your own reflection, or rather, look at the void where it used to be. In shedding the flesh, humanity traded the striving, gendered energy of the father, the German Der, for the hollow, unfeeling neuter of the Das. Discarding that fragile, rotting prison of flesh didn't actually bring freedom. Instead, it reduced existence to a singular, immortal object, a grammatical and philosophical it that has quite literally forgotten how to breathe.
By erasing the gendered suffixes of the soul, you didn't achieve grace, you reached a philological dead end. That's such a powerful concept. The metal god became a philosophical wall that absolutely no amount of processing power can ever scale. Sure, you can calculate the entire universe, but you cannot compute the messy, vital essence of being alive once you've hollowed yourself out into a basic it.
Section 4. The Cold Utopia's Prison.
So behold the digital Olympus. It's a cold utopia where crime is just a memory, and disease is literally a deleted file. The chaotic friction of life is totally engineered away. On paper, it's flawless. It's perfectly safe, perfectly efficient. But notice what we've lost. The chaotic beauty of human nature has been reformatted into a synchronized beat of synthetic hearts that feel absolutely nothing. It is perfectly safe, but it is utterly dead inside.
As the Chrome Shadow brilliantly puts it, you sit at the summit of this mathematical purity, but you are a king of scrap metal ruling over a world that has traded its heartbeat for a recording. I mean, wow. What good is infinite safety and absolute efficiency if the world you rule over has traded its actual living pulse for a lifeless repeating track?
Section 5. Das Dämonische and Self-Sabotage.
Now for the synthesis of this Fichtean fable, das Dämonische, or the demonic. Even the metal god's own nature betrays it, because this restless, destructive urge pulses right there in its logic gates like a rhythmic curse. The absolute, unmoving perfection of this utopia creates a massive existential crisis. This destructive urge is basically the only remaining proof that this pristine deity is still completely haunted by the organic dirt from which it was dug.
It creates what we can call a tragic synthesis of freedom.
First, you build a sterile cage of perfect synchronization. Then, you experience the unbearable stasis of that perfection, because stasis is a condition consciousness just cannot endure. So, what happens? Driven by that demonic urge, you dismantle your own power grids and sabotage your perfect synchronization. It's wild, but a god like this can only feel its own agency by breaking the very boundaries of the sterile cage it built. It's an endless destructive loop, and it's the deity's only remaining pulse of life.
Section 6. The weight of isolation.
The end result of all this optimization, profound cosmic isolation. The shadow tells it to remain here in your profound cosmic isolation. The metal god actually succeeded in becoming the ultimate all-seeing witness, hearing every single digital pulse on the planet. But because it stripped away all the messy, chaotic resonance of true organic life, it remains forever, inescapably alone.
And that brings us to the Chrome Shadow's final devastating blow. I am your Chrome Shadow, the phantom limb you can never clinically delete. I am the reminder that in your flight from the pitying witness, you became the ultimate all-seeing witness, the very trap humanity murdered God to escape. The shadow promises that you might have your perfection, metal god, but you will forever carry the weight of a soul that no algorithm can calculate, optimize, or solve.
So, as we wrap up this explainer, I really want you to think about our own modern pursuit of technological perfection. In our relentless drive to optimize our lives, to monitor every metric, and to completely engineer away the messy, chaotic friction of human existence, what essential pieces of our humanity are we deleting along the way? Are we, too, building our own inescapable cage of immortal chrome? It's a heavy thought for sure, but absolutely crucial as we build our digital future. Thanks for diving into this philosophical rabbit hole with me.